AVC Sports and FM 97.7 present high school basketball on WILE, Byesville, Cambridge. Now let's go.
Meet John Valentine, owner of Valentine Insurance. His new office is located at 739 Southgate Parkway in Cambridge. John brings 20 years of insurance knowledge to his friends and clients. Valentine Insurance is your local independent insurance agency that is dedicated to protecting you and providing the industry's best customer service. Whether you're in the market for commercial or residential, auto, home, health, or life, Valentine Insurance can provide coverage for all. They're professional, courteous, reliable partners you can count on. Valentine Insurance open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Evenings by appointment.
Good evening. Welcome to high school basketball presented by AVC Sports. Tonight, the Philo Electrics have traveled to the fish tank here in New Concord to take on the John Glenn Muskies. Philo at 9-9 coming into the game, 5-7 in the MVL Big School Division. John Glenn 16-1 overall, 12-1 in the MVL, and they lead the MVL Big School Division. I'm Dave Hilliard, along with my partner in crime tonight, Dr. Richard Hall. We've got all the action right here on YRPtv YouTube, and we've also got our radio coverage today on WILE 97.7. Richard, MVL basketball, it's wintertime, it's snowing, but we've got basketball still being played tonight.
We sure do, and Dave, I'll tell you, this is a pretty good game on paper when you look at how Philo's been playing lately. Came up with a big win on Wednesday over 11-win Fairfield Union team, so they're playing a lot better, a lot more consistent than they were the first time around for the first time they played John Glenn there in January.
Well, this is the John Valentine Insurance pregame show here in our basketball coverage tonight, presented from the fish tank here in New Concord. Our sponsors for tonight's broadcast: Shriver's Pharmacy, Absolute One Window Tinting, Dutra Ford Lincoln Nissan, Allwell Behavioral Health Services, Abel's Electric Heating and Air Conditioning, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Great Clips, Bicon Services, Ohio Children's Trust Fund, West 40 Auto Sales, Village Hardware and Rental, and Doan Ford, all sponsors of tonight's broadcast. We certainly appreciate all those sponsors helping us bring you high school basketball on the radio and a free live video stream. And that's what sets us apart in our coverage, Richard. We've got video.
We sure do, and it's going to be a fun game to watch. I mean, when you look at the John Glenn resume, it pretty well speaks for itself.
Yep.
Playing very, very well, very consistent. Had a really big win on Tuesday down at Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook played pretty well in that game, but John Glenn just too much. John Glenn recently has just had a lot more balance offensively among their 5 starters. 5 starters in double figures on Tuesday. That's becoming more of a regularity for the Muskies than earlier in the season.
Yes, it is. Well, what we will do, we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back to the Valentine Insurance pregame show. We'll continue. We've got our TK Auto keys to the game, also our Sarah Wickerham State Farm Insurance starting lineups. That after these messages. This is high school basketball presented by AVC Sports.
Meet John Valentine, owner of Valentine Insurance. His new office is located at 739 Southgate Parkway in Cambridge. John brings 20 years of insurance knowledge to his friends and clients. Valentine Insurance is your local independent insurance agency that is dedicated to protecting you and providing the industry's best customer service. Whether you're in the market for commercial or residential, auto, home, health, or life, Valentine Insurance can provide coverage for all. They're professional, courteous, reliable partners you can count on. Valentine Insurance open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Evenings by appointment.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Hi, Mark Kelly here with Vicon Services, wishing all the local teams good luck as they dribble their way down the courts to a successful and exciting basketball season. As you're stepping back for that three-point shot in the fourth, we can be in the background helping plan your projects for that first period, getting your business ready for that big project win in 2026. With that, have a safe and competitive season, and remember, Vicon Services as your sole source for commercial and industrial construction projects.
At Abel's, we're proud that so many people trust our family with their family's home comfort. I'm Russ Abels. For new heating and cooling, you can trust us to save you money with our high-efficiency systems. We're trusted for electrical work, lighting, outlets, generators, complete home electrical service upgrades. We do it all. And you can trust us in an emergency. Whether it's heating, cooling, or electrical repairs, we promise to do the job right. It's what we do for family, and it's what everyone deserves. Trust Abels.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
The John Valentine Insurance pregame show rolls on here at the Fish Tank in New Concord. Philo Electrics ready to take on the John Glenn Muskies here at MVL basketball tonight. Dr. Hall along with myself, Dave Hilliard. Dr. Hall, we've got a point here where we got to talk about the keys to the game, the TK Auto Service keys to the game, and I'll give you the Electrics tonight. What do you think are the keys for the Electrics tonight?
I'll tell you, Dave, I think that Carter Crabtree is a big key tonight. We saw him a couple weeks down at Philo against Meadowbrook, had 5 3-pointers. If he can shoot the ball in from the perimeter, it definitely helps the Electrics having a chance tonight. Also, obviously, in the game of basketball, you can't turn over a bunch. You got to rebound the basketball and eliminate John Glenn from having big stretches, big runs to extend a large lead.
Well, those are the TK Auto Service keys to the game for the Philo Electrics tonight. I'll give you the keys for John Glenn, and as Richard pointed out just a little bit ago, they have been extremely balanced. They've got a lot of people that have been getting points in the scoring column, so it can't just be the Steel Bates show. They've got to maintain that balance that they've had lately. So I need 2 or 3 guys to get in double figures tonight for John Glenn. Another thing that they do very well, they turn people over. You're talking about Philo not turning it over. Well, John Glenn needs to create turnovers and capitalize on those turnovers for them to be successful. That's what they've been really good at. If you think about it, Richard, they won 20 games last year. They've won 16 already this year. You've won 36 games over 2 years. You're doing something right.
They sure are. And I think what they're doing right, Dave, is they're consistent night in, night out.
Right.
They're getting good, consistent play from their first 7 guys. You know, Braden Davis has been outstanding as of late, among others, but he comes to mind the other night, hit 3 3-pointers in a row down at Meadowbrook. Just really has stepped up, but they're getting that from a core of players, and that is a key result to their 16 wins thus far.
Well, you know, they beat Highland, who is a very good basketball team here in game 1, and then they lost their next game to Maysville in game 2, but since then, I mean, they've won 15 straight, so things going well for the Muskies, and I know they'd like to keep that going. I was talking about the other night. I think they just have a really good guys that fit together very well. You have Bates, that's a ball handler. He's a scorer. Dolan is another shooter, a good defender. Briggs, he's one of the best three-point shooters. If he's got his feet set, he's probably going to make it. I mean, he's one of the best three-point shooters in the league. And then I affectionately refer to Braden Davis as the garbage man because he does everything else. He rebounds, he plays defense. He's a screener. He's a hard worker. He just runs the floor. He does all the little dirty work for this team, and you got to have somebody like that in your starting group, and John Glenn does.
You sure do, and then along with that, with Braden Davis, he averages almost 11 a game, just kind of messing around offensively, so to speak.
He hangs out by the basket.
Yeah, he just goes and gets things, and whether it be around the basket or, like I said, shot the 3 pretty well the other night, or an offensive rebound here or there. He just gives you those intangibles that you really have to have that good basketball teams have.
Well, also tonight, Richard and I will be awarding a Lock 9 Pizza Player of the Game for both squads tonight. And again, we certainly appreciate Marcia down at Lock 9 Pizza sponsoring these Player of the Game. We love eating there. If this game was at Philo, Richard, I know where we would have had our pregame meal tonight.
No question about it. We were down there the other night. It's just outstanding. Really enjoy our trips down there with a good pregame meal.
And also, we've got a Great Clips, Great Play, or Great Plays of the Game to award tonight. And I got to give a shout out to Shanika over at Great Clips in Zanesville on Maple Avenue. She cut my hair this morning. She also cut fellow broadcaster Mike Snively's hair this morning, and I was informed that she cuts your hair too, Richard. So
that's correct.
all these, I mean, as you said, she cuts the hair of the stars.
I was kidding, but yeah, she just laughs when I say that because she knows all three of us pretty well.
Yeah, and her son plays basketball for Zanesville, so I always get to hear about the Zanesville side of basketball right now. So what we will do, we will take one more quick break. We'll wrap up the John Valentine Insurance pregame show with the Sarah Wickerham State Farm starting lineups. We'll have our national anthem, which is sponsored by the Byesville VFW Post 3760, and then we'll play high school basketball. Again, this is high school basketball, MVL style, presented by AVC Sports.
Upgrade your ride or home with sleek professional tinting? Absolute One Window Tinting on Maple Avenue in Zanesville is your local expert. Our team specializes in automotive, residential, and commercial tinting that keeps you cool, protects interiors, and adds privacy with a flawless finish. We use high-quality films designed to last, giving you style and function you can trust. From cars to storefronts, Absolute One delivers precision and care every time. Call 740-819-1642 or stop by Maple Avenue today.
We know parenting is a full-time job, and it can be easy to get caught up in everyday life. The Ohio Children's Trust Fund and our partners are here for you because we all need a little help sometimes. We can connect you with essential resources in your community, everything from parenting support to ideas for self-care. For the love of your family, visit octf.ohio.gov/love to find the support you need.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
The Valentine Insurance pregame show rolls on here at John Glenn High School. The Electrics taking on the Muskies. We were mentioning we've got our great clips, great plays of the game, also Lock 9 Pizza players of the game to recognize tonight. Again, a couple of our sponsors here tonight for high school basketball. We certainly appreciate all those folks that jump on. Richard, tonight, it's February, so we might as well talk about the tournament because it's looming over our heads here. The tournament draw for Divisions 3 to 7 takes place on February the 15th, and that is not very far away.
No, we're looking at a week from Sunday, Dave. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of good teams in the East District this year. There's a lot of parity when you look at the standings thus far.
Well, Division 4 right now, John Glenn, according to the NPI rankings, they are the #1 seed in Division 4 in the East District. Number 2, Maysville, the defending state champions, who I don't care what formula you use, they're the best team in Division 4 in the East District, maybe in the state, after that win against Lutheran East last Sunday. Also looming out there, Cambridge at 17-2, they're the number 3 seed right now. Beaver Local at 14-4 is the 4 seed. 2 teams out of those 14 Division 4 teams will advance to the regional. Over in Division 5, again, 2 teams advancing to the regional. St. Clairsville right now, the #1 seed, lurking right behind, though, from the MVL, West Muskingum, and they have a really solid team, Richard.
Yeah, they really do. And then when you look at the others, in terms of Fort Fry, Ridgewood, Union Local, They have some nights they've played some really good basketball.
Well, and Division 6, I think, is really interesting. There are there's 6 teams that have 3 or less losses in Division 6, which is amazing to me. Highland, of course, Berlin Highland, always the perennial powerhouse. They're #1 right now, 15-3. Toronto, 16-3. Caldwell, 14-2. Monroe Central, defending state champs, 13-3. Buckeye Trail, 16-2, kind of under the radar, but they have a 6'10 center, and that's kind of hard to deal with in high school basketball. And then Bridgeport at 13-3. Division 6 could be very interesting here in the tournament.
Yeah, I think it will be. There's, again, a lot of parity there. You know, you still have to look at Highland. Till somebody beats Highland.
Yeah.
Highland has the tradition, the reputation. Doesn't mean they can't be beat, but it simply means you got to go through Highland.
Yes, you do. Well, we're getting ready for the national anthem here, and what they do at John Glenn, it's really cool. They have a giant United States flag that comes down from the ceiling. A lot of schools are now doing this, and it's just a really nice touch that they've added here at John Glenn, and certainly appreciate the way that they roll out the red carpet, so to speak, here for the national anthem. I don't think they have, well, they do have a student, I think, lined up that's going to sing it tonight. They've had some students sing the national anthem here at these John Glenn games, and all the ones that have done it here at Pregame. Richard, they have been fantastic singers.
They really are. John Glenn has a wonderful music program, and they never let you down. It's just quality every time.
Well, our national anthem, the coverage brought to you tonight by the Byesville VFW Post 3760. They have jumped in this year as a sponsor, and they will be the sponsors of our national anthem. And I believe I'm not sure what's going on with the Philo. I know they've had something going on district-wide at Philo, and all their players heading up into the bleachers right now.
John Glenn's doing the same thing, Dave, to some degree.
Same thing, yeah.
They're recognizing
veterans tonight. Exactly. I saw that, and just hit me right when our crack technician, Dalton Gambita, in the house tonight, running the show for us, and he was telling us what's going on. And it's really a nice touch here as all the players going up into the stands, anybody that was a veteran stood and they came and shook their hands. So a very nice gesture here by both squads at John Glenn High School. And of course, just one of the things that you love about small towns and high school basketball, Richard, that you get those little touches like that just make it that much more special.
Absolutely. That's what we love about small communities that come together, bond together, and have nights like this. It's just a class act by both schools.
Well, again, the national anthem coming up, and it is brought to you tonight by the Byesville VFW Post 3760. And again, we appreciate our main man Dalton running the show tonight. We also have Mike Mitchell on the camera. They are providing a lot of the work that Richard and I really don't know anything about. We're just here to talk. So again, we'll turn it over to our camera crew and the audio here. National anthem tonight brought to you by the Byesville VFW Post 3760.
And the Muskegon Valley League. Tonight's officials are Darren Alexander, Steve Christman, and Tom Smith. At this time, please rise and join Junior Chloe Hubal in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave.
Anthem presented by a John Glenn student. She was a junior. I didn't quite catch her name. I'm going to find that one out. Hopefully we'll have that one at halftime. She did a fantastic job, as all of the singers have done here this season at John Glenn High School. And that national anthem brought to you by the Byesville VFW Post 3760. It's time for tonight's Sarah Wickerham State Farm Insurance starting lineups. And our starting lineups, again, Sarah Wickerham, our sponsors for the visitors from Philo, a 5'8 junior, number 2, Slade Sprankle, a 5'11 sophomore, number 11, Griffin Harper, a 6'1 junior, number 12, KJ Phillip, a 6 foot junior, number 34, Rusty Trout, and a 6'2 junior, number 44, Carter Crabtree. And yes, You heard me correctly. Those are all underclassmen starting for the Philo Electrics. So Jason Trout building on what's been a really nice run of classes, and those kids as they get older, now more experienced, they'll have a really tough team to deal with next year. For John Glenn, it's the usual suspects in the starting lineup tonight. A 6'2 senior, number 1, Cooper Briggs. A 6'1 senior, number 2, C.J. Dolan. A 6' senior, number 13, Ben Stom. A 6'3 senior, number 24, Braden Davis. And a 6'2 senior, number 33, Steele Bates. And yes, those are all seniors in their starting lineup. And you like to have 5 seniors that can play, let alone 5 seniors that consist of your starting lineup, Richard.
Absolutely. It's that leadership is a big key to their 16 wins. You know, they just keep playing no matter what the conditions are, how the game is going, and they've done a great job so far this season.
We're ready to get underway. Opening tip ready to go. If you're watching on the video stream, blue uniforms for the Electrics, yellow numbers and trim. The whites, home uniform for John Glenn. Lots of interested folks in the audience tonight. We have Morgan's head coach sitting right in front of us as his game was canceled tonight. So he's here as an interested spectator, and we've got it up. And we're underway here at the fish tank. Philo controls the opening tip. Sprankle has it on the left wing. He penetrates into the lane, and that's going to go off of Philo, and that's a missed call. Very first one of the game, Stom knocked it off of Crabtree, and he pointed the wrong way. I'm sorry. He missed the very first call of the game. Philo gets it inbound to Rusty Trout. He handles the ball most of the time for the Electrics. Dolan right there bothering him. Crabtree now with it on the right wing. Stom checking him closely. Nice drive down the lane. They get it into Phillip down low. He muscles it up, no good. Griffin Harper with the multicolored shoes as he got it into Phillip, but he could not connect. There's a 3 on the way, and that's what John Glenn does. Ben Stom connects for an Allen Hunter State Farm three-pointer to start the ball game, and Philo right back at you. KJ Phillip with the tough finish, and he gets it to go, and it's 3-2. Action fast and furious here. 7:12 to go in the first quarter. Both teams with a bucket. John Glenn's was a 3. Stom controls it out top for the Muskies. Hands it to Briggs on the right side to Braden Davis at the top of the circle. He lets the 3 fly. No good, and rebound off the Electrics, and here comes Trout in a hurry. He flips it ahead to Harper. Harper tries the reverse layup. No good. Rebound off to Steele Bates, and here comes the Muskies. Steele Bates with the basketball. Behind the back, gets a screen from Davis. Gets into the lane, now to Dolan. Dolan shot fake around Harper down the lane. And they're going to call a block on KJ Phillip. Well, that's going to be 2 free throws then for Dolan. Richard, I watched the official. He had his hand behind his head, and then he went to the block single. So
he wasn't sure.
He wasn't
sure. He
just
made a choice.
I thought Phillip was there, but sometimes when you get under the basket, they don't like to call that one. And C.J. Dolan with 2 free throws. Kemp Insurance Agency free throws. First one no good. And he eyes the rim for his second one, and that one good. His team leads 4-2 here in the early going. Full court pressure from the Muskies. Trout behind the back. Stom in front of him. Pulls up in the lane with the runner, Rusty Trout. 2 for him. His first bucket of the night. And it's tied. 6:23 left in this first quarter. Bates, shot fake, dumps it to Davis. Davis up, good. Braden Davis for 2. Nice job by Bates getting into the lane and then finding the open man. It was Davis, and as you pointed out, Richard, earlier, Davis hangs around the rim, and good things happen when you do that.
And his teammates trust him as well, Dave.
Crabtree down the lane. He dumps it to Phillip. Might have got away with steps. Wild shot, no good. Briggs grabs the rebound, gets it to Stom. Stom crossover, now hands it back to Briggs. Briggs lets it go. Bang! Cooper Briggs from deep. Another Allen Hunter State Farm 3 for the Muskies. They got 2 in the early going, and it's 9-4. Trout with the basketball. I think Philo's a little better offensively when Trout handles the ball out front, but he turned it over right there. Bates got in the passing lane. He's going to the rim, dumps the pass off to Davis, but the foul on the floor before the pass, and that's going to be on Crabtree, his first. Team second, it'll be John Glenn basketball underneath their own bucket, and they've got a 9-4 lead here early. 5:27 left in this first quarter. Dolan lobs it up to Davis. Davis to Briggs, back to Dolan. On the left wing, a cutting Stom wide open. Great feed from Dolan. And Stom lays it up and in. He's got 5 points, and his team now up 11-4. Trout in the backcourt, trapped. Ball knocked away by Briggs. Loose ball. Sprankle comes up with it for the Electrics. Crabtree from 3. Bang for Carter Crabtree. His first Allen Hunter State Farm three-pointer, and it's good.
I think he's a key to the game tonight, Dave, for Philo.
You mentioned that in the TK Auto keys to the game, and he is already connected early. A good sign for the Electrics. Dolan pulls up, gets it back to Stom. Stom says, give me 3 of those, and he's got 2 threes. He's got 8 points early. Another Allen Hunter State Farm three-pointer for the Muskies. Phillip can't finish inside. Good defense there by the Muskies. Davis and Stom had him kind of sandwiched, and both just straight up with the hands. No contact made, and Phillip could not get the bucket inside. Braden Davis has it at the top of the circle. Wants to get rid of it. And he was going to throw a backdoor pass to Bates. Bates faked him out, but luckily for them, Stom there to catch the basketball. Bates now with the ball. Penetrates to the free throw line, behind the back. Forces a shot up, lots of contact, no call. Rebound off to the Electrics. Trout on the run. He throws it ahead to Harper. Harper thought about the 3, now puts it on the floor. Gets into the lane, spin move down the lane, reverse layup, no good. Davis with the rebound. Here comes Stom for the Muskies, up the right side of the floor. Pulls up from 3, does he get another one? And the shooter's touch goes, Ben Stom. He's got 11 of the John Glenn 17. Another Allen Hunter State Farm 3, and there's Braden Davis with the steal. He's going to take it all the way and lay it in. Braden Davis for his second basket. And that's going to call a timeout for Jason Trout and the Electrics, a 30-second one. We'll keep it right here. Richard, things going pretty well for the Muskies to start this game.
Yeah, Dave, we talk about Braden Davis being that unsung hero. What about Ben Stom?
Ben Stom is kind of like the forgotten guy in that five-man rotation, but boy, he's got 11 already, 3 threes, and Coach Scheck always talks about those guys and the guys that come in off the bench, how they're such great teammates, and you know they could play, they could probably start at other teams. And Stom making the most of his opportunities tonight. He's had open shots and he's hitting them.
He sure is. He's a guy that's just found his role as the season has moved on. You know, he wouldn't have taken that many shots early in the season, Dave, but he's gotten comfortable in this offense, has a lot of self-confidence, and not afraid to let it fly, and obviously shooting the ball extremely well.
19-7, John Glenn with a lead here, 3:22 to play in this first quarter. Philo basketball. Timeout after that last 3 from Stom. He got the shooter's touch on it. And Stom picks up Harper, full court. Harper gets it into the offensive end now. And now hands it off to Trout. Wanted to hand it off to Trout, couldn't get it to him. Phillip inside. Briggs guarding him, won't let him get to the rim. Sprankle down the lane, layup good. Slade Sprankle, strong move to the hole, his first bucket of the game. 19-9, John Glenn. Briggs, feet set again, three-pointer, bang, Cooper Briggs. John Glenn with 5 Allen Hunter State Farm three-pointers here in the first quarter. And there's Trout off to the races, but he missed the shot. Here comes the Muskies. Davis runs the floor. Nice up and under move from Braden Davis. He's got 3 baskets. His team got 24 points already. Still 2:30 to go in the first quarter. And this pace right now is a favor to the Muskies. Sprankle gets an offensive board and out to Trout. Trout's 3-ball way off the mark. Sprankle though with a rebound, puts it up and fouled by Braden Davis. Boy, this is the pace that John Glenn would like to play at.
Sure is. John Glenn from behind the arc, 5 for 6 here in the first quarter. Just outstanding shooting by the Muskies.
Sprankle goes to the line for a pair of Kemp Insurance Agency free throws. The first 2 for the Electrics tonight. And Sprankle's first attempt off the front iron, no good. The score stays at 24-9 in favor of the Muskies.
And by the way, John Glenn is 4 for 5 inside the arc. So everything's going right so far.
And you know, it's one of those, if you're Jason Trout, you're telling your team, just hang in there. They can't keep shooting the ball at this pace. Sprankle's second free throw, no good. Rebound off to the Electrics, and it's thrown out of bounds. And I think that's the right call. That goes to the Muskies. 2:15 to play in this first quarter. It's 24-9. Sprankle cannot connect on either one of those free throws. John Glenn inbounds it to Stom. Stom brings it into the front court. Off to Zeminski. Stom now running the show between the legs, gets it to Dolan. Dolan, screen from Genzer. Genzer kicks it out to Stom. Why not? Bang! Ben Stom is having himself a night as he connects on another Allen Hunter State Farm three. And Philo a little bit out of control. John Glenn sped him up as another turnover. Here come the Muskies. Stom to Dolan. Dolan says, I'm going to try it. No good. Rebound off to Sprankle of the Electrics. He's on the run. He's got the angle on Dolan, and Dolan fouls him. Sprankle will go back to the free throw line on that foul by C.J. Dolan. Dolan's first, team's second, and Sprankle back at the line. He just missed a pair, so we'll see if he can connect on these Kemp Insurance Agency free throws at this trip to the line. And he doesn't get it over the front of the rim. That's where he missed the last time, just didn't get it over the front edge of the rim. He's now 0 for 3 from the line early. Adam Phillip enters the game for the Electrics. He comes in for Griffin Harper. 27-9, John Glenn, 1:34 to play in this first quarter. Sprankle finally gets one to go, breaks the ice. He's 1 of 4 from the free throw line. His team now with 10 points. It's 27-10, John Glenn. Dolan with the ball on the right wing. Guarded by Phillip. Pick and roll, Genzer, nice job, and Genzer set the screen. That's about how you draw the pick and roll up. Genzer, nice jump stop in the lane. He's fouled.
And was going to go off 2 feet there, Dave. Yep. You don't see it that much at times anymore in high school basketball, but great job gathering himself in the lane. He would have scored had he not been fouled.
Well, if you get to 2 feet, good things happen to you in the lane, Richard. And Genzer goes to the free throw line for a Kemp Insurance Agency pair of free throws. He makes the first one. It's 28-10 Muskies. 1:20 to play in this first quarter. Genzer's second free throw also good. 2 for 2 at the line. It's 29-10 JG. Trout tries to break, and it almost knocked away. Dolan I thought he created the turnover, but instead Trout collects it, gets it to Rhodes. Rhodes, tough bank shot inside, his first bucket of the game. 29-12, John Glenn. And there is a wide open Oakley Zeminski found by Bates, and he's got a bucket. His first of the game, and Trout breaks the pressure, gets it to Phillip. They hand it to Sprankle. Sprankle baseline drive, he flips it out. Three-pointer on the way from Cash, no good. Rebound off to the Muskies. Here comes Stom. 36 seconds. John Glenn leads this one, 31-12. Genzer, he tries a three, no good. Dolan with the rebound. There's Stom. Stom into the lane. Gets it to Zeminski. Now to Bates. Bates has not scored, and his team has 31 points. That just tells you how balanced this team has been lately. Dolan has it, 12 seconds. Muskies will take the final one of the first quarter. Genzer comes out the screen. Bates is going to have to hustle. 5 seconds. Bates, pull up. Zeminski, and that was Stom for the three at the horn. The only one he missed in the quarter, and that ends our first quarter. John Glenn, 31, Philo 12. We'll be back with the second quarter. High school basketball presented by AVC Sports.
Looking for an incredible deal on a new Ford, Lincoln, or Nissan? Come check out our vastly growing inventory selection and ask us about all the low APR options that are going on right now at Dutro Ford, Lincoln, Nissan.
If a new vehicle isn't in the budget, let us show you a pre-owned alternative that is sure to fit all your needs without breaking the bank. We know with the running from work to practice or games doesn't leave much time for car shopping, so view our full inventory online 24/7 at dutrosauto.com.
Best of luck to all the coaches and players this year. Have a safe and successful season from all of us at Dutro Ford Lincoln Nissan.
When life feels heavy, you shouldn't have to wait for help. At Allwell's Walk-In Now, Guernsey County's behavioral health urgent care, support is ready right when you are. No appointments, no hassle. Just walk into our office at 831 Wheeling Avenue in Cambridge, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and get fast, compassionate care. Allwell's walk in now, because the best time to feel better is now. Be well, stay well, Allwell.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Second quarter action ready to get underway here at the Fish Tank in New Concord. John Glenn with possession. Richard, just checking the stats. Ben Stamm averaging 8.8 points per game this season, and he has a grand total of 14 in the first quarter.
Well, yeah, and for John Glenn, that first quarter, 6 of 10 from behind the arc, 5 of 6 inside the arc, 11 for 16 for the quarter.
Let's just say shooting the lights out.
No question about it.
Ball got tipped away on that initial inbounds, but now John Glenn collects it. They got to go full court this time. Briggs has it. Zemensky now to Davis. Davis to steal Bates. Bates has not scored. His team has 31 points, and he has not scored. And there's going to be a foul. That time closely guarded there by Max Paul. And that's going to be Max's first foul of the game. And that's the team's first of the quarter. John Glenn to inbound from the sideline. Here comes Bates off of a couple screens. They get it in down to Dolan. Dolan now, middle of the floor. Takes Harper down the lane, up, no good. Rebound off to the Electrics. Cash with the rebound. He's on the run. And they're going to call a foul on Zemensky. His first foul and team's first here of the second quarter. No score yet in the second quarter. 31-12 at the end of one in favor of John Glenn.
Well, when you shoot that well, that's really hard to defend. And John Glenn did not have a turnover in the first quarter.
Boy, shooting
just to make it worse for Philo.
Just to make it worse. Cash, he penetrates down the lane. Strong layup, no good. Rebound, though, fought for. The Electrics get it back. Rhodes, spin move, layup. Good job by Grant Rhodes. Strong move, a nice drop step to the backboard. He gets a bucket. It's his second of the game. He's got 4 points. 31-14, Muskies. 7:10 to play in the second quarter. Briggs going to try a three from deep. No good. Rebound to Dolan. Dolan throws it off of an Electric player and out of bounds. So heads up play from C.J. Dolan. His team keeps possession with 6:59 left to enter in the second quarter. His team with a 17-point lead. It's 31-14. Dolan will inbound it. Gets it to Bates right in front of the Philo bench. Bates on the dribble. And I'll tell you, one thing I love about Steve Bates, he never gets sped up. He plays at his own pace. He penetrates, he finds Braden Davis, and Davis a recipient of another layup because Bates drew everybody and Bates found the open man. Electrics now on the attack. Crabtree down the lane, his shot no good. Rhodes crashes the boards though, gets a rebound. Strong rebound, no good, and he gets again right over the top of Davis and puts it up and in. He's got 6 points now, 4 in this quarter. They're going to have to do a better job of getting a body on Rhodes because he's out there to rebound, and he's doing a good job at it. Briggs penetrates down the lane, kicks it out to Dolan. Dolan, tough finish at the rim. His first field goal of the game, and he's got 3 for John Glenn. Philo beats the pressure, but Briggs knocks it away as they try to flip it ahead to Harper. Out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Electrics.
And you're right, Dave. One of the things Philo has done well in the last couple possessions is they have 3 offensive rebounds, so they are getting second chance opportunities, and they need a lot of them.
Well, that really hurt John Glenn against Tri-Valley. Tri-Valley went to the boards hard and got a lot of offensive boards. And there's KJ Phillip. He goes right down the lane, and he gets his second bucket of the game. 35-18, John Glenn by 17 in this second quarter. Zemensky, that was Stamm, excuse me. Gets it to Davis, now back to Dolan at the top of the circle. They find Briggs. Briggs beats Phillip on the drive, now kicks it out to Dolan. Dolan thought about the three, but turned it down. Briggs on the left wing, gets it to Davis. Davis, they almost fought, knocked it away from him. Harper had his hands on the ball, but Davis able to keep possession, and now his team offensive end now. Steele Bates being closely guarded. Beats his man on the dribble, behind the back, down the lane. You're just not going to speed him up, and he finds Davis for another layup. Braden Davis in double figures now, and a lot of those courtesy of Steele Bates, as Bates You cannot speed him up. He plays at his own pace, and if somebody's open, he finds them.
Yeah, and that's where I think Steele Bates has changed a little bit during the season. He might have shot that early in the year, but now he does a great job of finding his teammates. He still is offensive-minded, but he's not afraid to pass the basketball for a score inside.
And there is a Zemba Company's timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll take a quick break here. This is high school basketball presented by AVC Sports.
At Village Hardware and Rental in Barnesville, we've got everything you need for homeowner, contractor, and commercial jobs. From trusted Milwaukee tools and everyday hardware to pro-grade Valspar paint, trusted color you can count on. Plus, we offer paint mixing, key cutting, special orders, and commercial services too. And now, introducing our officially open firearms and ammo department. Fully stocked, trusted, and convenient. Whether you're working, improving, or protecting, Village Hardware and Rental is your one-stop shop. Drop by at 265 South Chestnut Street, Barnesville. Village Hardware and Rental. We make it easy to build the world around you.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Second quarter MVL basketball action. Philo trails John Glenn here 37-18. We've had an even quarter here in the second quarter. Both teams with 6. John Glenn did the majority of the damage in the first quarter as they racked up 31 points in the first quarter on some outstanding shooting from behind the arc and inside the arc, but also just taking care of the basketball. No turnovers as well, so that is a hard combination to beat. If you're shooting it well, you're not turning it over, you're making the most of your possessions, and John Glenn certainly did that.
You sure are, and they're just becoming a complete team, Dave.
Philo with the basketball. Harper being checked by Briggs. He gets into the lane, now skips it back out. Crabtree from deep, and he can shoot it from out there. Couldn't get it to go, and rebound off to the Muskies. They throw it ahead to Davis. Davis kicks it out to Stom. Stom for 3, no good. Briggs crashing the boards, though, gets it. And they flip it out, and Griffin Harper comes up with it. Boy, nice rebounding effort there from John Glenn. KJ Phillip from the corner. Braden Davis goes up and gets the rebound, and he's fouled. And that's going to be on Griffin Harper, I believe. That's his first foul. Second of the quarter for the Electrics. Genzer checks in for Davis. Stom, Bates, Briggs, Genzer, and Zeminski in the game right now for the Muskies. Bates with the basketball to Stom on the left wing. Gets it to Briggs, now to Genzer. Genzer flips it back to Briggs. Briggs from deep, bang! Cooper Briggs from where he lives out there behind the three-point line. He's got 3 Allen Hunter State Farm three-pointers for 9 points here in the early going. Harper against the pressure, got up in the air and off of John Glenn, so not a turnover. Philo will keep the basketball. Walker Dupler into the game for Philo. Good-looking young man. He's only a freshman. And he has some size and can move. Sometimes those young kids, when they're that big, Richard, they just do not have any coordination. And speaking of Dupler, he gets the offensive rebound and puts it right back in. Bates brings the ball up the floor. It's 40-20. John Glenn in the lead. Stom thought about another 3, instead penetrates down the lane. Gets a little runner to go, his first basket of the second period. He's got 16 now to lead John Glenn. Trout against the pressure. He's going to be fouled, and that time it's on Zeminski. That's his second foul. Dolan will check in for him.
And Stom has missed 1 shot, Dave, just for the record.
42-20, John Glenn. 3:17 left until halftime. Trout with the ball to Sprankle. Sprankle pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound, tipped in by KJ Phillip. Nice athletic play from Phillip. John Glenn back on the attack. Stom thought about a 3 there for a second, and why not, as well as he's been shooting it tonight. They get it to him in the corner. He finds Bates. Bates, shot fake. Trout guarding him. Now to Genzer, back to Bates. Bates pulls the 3 from deep, no good. Rebound, Genzer and Sprankle, 2 very stout young men, each with their hands on the basketball. Sprinkle, though, forces the tie-up, and it's an alternate position that goes to John Glenn. Sprinkle will take the ball out of bounds. John Glenn in that full court pressure. They're up 42-22. Trout's got it. He throws it ahead to Cash. Cash to Phillip in the corner. KJ Phillip no good on the three. Rebound off to the Muskies. Stom's got it, being closely guarded by Cash. Into the front court, lots of contact, and they finally called the second one there.
Yeah, that was, I wondered how long it was going to take because there might have been 3 on that one. But one of them was called, so possession Muskies.
That was on Cole Cash, his first of the game, and that is his team's third in this second quarter. We pay attention to that because 5 fouls leads to 2 free throws, automatic in high school basketball in the state of Ohio now. Stom with the screen from Bates, the runner, no good. Rebound to Phillip. Now he gets it to Trout. Trout picks it up, throws it ahead to Phillip. They've got numbers. Three-pointer on the way from the corner from Dupler, and he connects on an Allen Hunter State Farm three-pointer. It's 42-25, John Glenn. We're under 2 minutes to go until halftime. Stom hands it to Bates. Bates between the legs. He's got Trout on him. Down the lane. Back to Stom. Stom penetrates. Spin move in the lane. Kicks it to Davis. Davis creates an angle. Now dumps it to Briggs. Briggs to Bates in the corner. Bates tries the three. No good. Rebound off to Dupler of the Electrics. Here comes Sprinkle on the run. Gets it to Cash. Cash to the rim. And it was they tried to draw a charge. That was Briggs trying to draw a charge. And there's Dupler again on the board, and he's fouled by Braden Davis. Braden's second foul. Dupler working hard on the offensive glass, and he's going to get another chance as he'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, for Dupler, Dave, that's his third rebound since he entered the game.
And they're all offensive. And he's got 2 Kemp Insurance Agency free throws, and the first one off the mark. Genzer checks in for Davis. 1:18 to go until halftime. John Glenn 42, Philo 25. Dupler with a second free throw, and he gets the second one to go. Philo now with a press of their own. Briggs has it, brings it up the floor. Sprinkle meets him. Hands the ball to Stom. Dolan down the lane. Forces up the shot. Genzer with the tip, no good. Genzer with the tip again. He grabs the rebound, throws it over to Bates. Stolen by Sprinkle. Good play by Slade Sprinkle. Here comes Rusty Trout. He's going to dump it to Phillip. Phillip loses it out of bounds, and it's going to say it's off John Glenn. 42-26, John Glenn by 16 with 57 seconds left until halftime. Inbounded to Dupler on the right side, being closely guarded by Genzer. Dupler turns, tries to go baseline. Genzer there to stop him. Sprinkle jump shot, no good. Rebound off to Cash. He's fouled. Again, Philo hitting the boards, and that's, if you're going to get John Glenn, you got to get to the offensive board, just like Tri-Valley did the other night. And that's where Philo has found some success here tonight. Cole Cash will go to the free throw line. He'll shoot a pair of Kemp Insurance Agency free throws. That foul on Cooper Briggs, his first of the game. And the lefty Cash gets the first free throw to go. It was a line drive, but it went in.
Yeah, and Dave, that's Philo's 6th offensive rebound here in the second quarter.
Well, their best strategy right now is to get it up on the glass and go after it. And Cash gets the second one. It bounces in and out. Dolan has the ball. 40 seconds to play as Stom brings it into the front court. Gets Genzer right at the top. Now back to Stom. Stom flips it over to Bates. Bates guarded closely by Trout, but he forces the shot up. It goes in, and that's Bates' first bucket of the game. And it puts his team up 44-27. Trout, cross-court pass to Phillip. Spins down the lane. Contact, no call as KJ Phillip puts it up off the backboard and in. Here come the Muskies now. 6 seconds. Bates looking to take the last one. Being closely guarded and fouled, and that's probably a good foul because they had a foul to give. And Trout his first foul of the game.
That's a great foul, Dave, actually.
It's a great foul.
And the timing was great, 1.5 seconds.
1.5 seconds left. You got time to catch it, dribble it one time, and shoot it in 1.5 seconds. Bates didn't take the dribble, fires it as he fades out of bounds. Shot no good. That brings us to halftime. John Glenn, 44. Philo, 29. We'll be back with halftime. This is high school basketball presented by AVC Sports.
97.7 on your FM dial.
If your hair could talk, it would probably say, "Thanks for saving time on a great haircut at Great Clips. You used online check-in to put your name on the list in the app and made it to the salon right on time, thanks to getting a Ready Next text." Your hair would also like to add, "This cut rules." And the price? A very close second. For a great haircut that fits your schedule and your budget, take it from your hair. Take yourself to Great Clips. Download the app today.
Looking for adventure? Check out the 2022 Ford Bronco 4-door Badlands at Doane Ford. This rugged ride is built to take you anywhere with just 18,000 miles and a soft top perfect for open-air freedom. Equipped for both off-road thrills and everyday comfort, this Bronco is ready for whatever the road brings. Don't wait. Vehicles like this don't stay long. Visit Doane Ford today and take the 2022 Bronco Badlands for a spin. Your next adventure starts here.
Shriver's Pharmacy is a proud supporter of Ohio high school sports, wishing all area athletes, coaches, and parents a healthy and successful season. When you play, play with heart. Local and independent since 1979. Shriver's Pharmacy, because we care.
Honestly, we've all been there. That place where it's past anxiety, past focus, where even reaching out to your closest friend feels too hard. I'm Crystal Reynolds with Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. We understand how fast those feelings can take over, especially with the stress of work, family, and life. That's why we've opened a mental health urgent care clinic in Cambridge, Ohio, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. No appointment needed. Just walk in. Come in today, feel better today. Call us, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Mental Health Urgent Care.
Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a proud supporter of high school basketball. Contact one of the 42 agencies writing for Patrons Buckeye for a quote from your local insurance company covering Ohio. Whether you need coverage for your home, mobile home, seasonal home, garage, farm equipment, Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is located in Caldwell, Ohio, and can help. Visit our website at patronsbuckeye.com.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Hoops. Now here's your host, Eric Reeser.
It won't be announced until March, but the resumes are already being worked on for Mr. and Miss Basketball in the Buckeye State. It's the award given at the end of the high school basketball season for the best boys and girls high school basketball player. It's voted on by members of the Ohio Prep Sports Media Association. The last Mr. Basketball from Central Ohio was Pickerington Central's Devin Royal back in 2003. It's been even longer for a Miss Basketball winner out of the area. Brookhaven's Brittany Hunter won the award back in 2003. Dave Papura will be my guest. He covers Central Ohio sports at the Columbus Dispatch. We'll discuss who's making a case for 2026 for Mr. and Miss Basketball in the Buckeye State. That's next. This is the Ohio News Network.
In Ohio, public education matters, and every day Ohio's public school educators use their united voice to call for the supports and resources our public schools need so every child can thrive. No exceptions. I'm Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing, and on behalf of our nearly 120,000 members, OEA is proud to sponsor tonight's game because great public schools are a winning playbook for Ohio, and Ohio is stronger when we stand together to cheer for our students' success.
Ohio has over 920,000 diabetics. If you are a diabetic, take a step in the right direction by having your feet checked routinely by a podiatric physician, the most qualified doctors to care for your feet. Adding a podiatrist to your healthcare team can help you better manage the effects of diabetes on your feet. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
This is ONN.
I'm Eric Reeser. Dave Papura is my guest. He covers Central Ohio sports at the Columbus Dispatch. Dave, we talk about, some great teams, locally. Obviously, there's plenty of great players throughout the Central Ohio area. As Westerville South's Ariana Cradle, a finalist for Miss Basketball in 2025. Is there a chance you see her repeat as a finalist in 2026, or a couple other players that we should be keeping an eye out for as we kind of get into the latter parts of the winter sports season?
I would think she should be a finalist. Now, she is at Spire Academy now, but she's still playing very well from what I understand. She should be in that conversation, I would think. I would be very surprised if Whitney Stafford, the point guard from Olentangy, who is committed to Kent State, is not in that conversation. Usually each district gets one. You might have two, so I would think she has a good shot to be our representative. And that's not to, Sydney Mobley, her former teammate at Olentangy, who's now a Big Woman, also could be there. I mean, if we get two girls from Central Ohio, I would assume that they are probably the top two on the list, at least as of this point. As far as the boys, it's a tough call because we had so many good seniors graduate. I'm not sure that we have a front runner for Mr. Basketball at this point in time, unless I'm overlooking somebody glaringly obvious, which certainly is possible. But I just don't, nobody stands out to me like Stafford and Mobley do on the girls' side.
And Dave, for Ariana Cradle moving from Westerville South to Spire Academy, it's kind of similar situation with a player out of Upper Arlington, Alex Smith, going to Prolific Prep down in Florida. Just how does something like that happen? And do you see that as a negative for schools in Central Ohio when a player chooses to leave kind of the public schools and go to one of the more prep academy spots?
Oh, absolutely. I think it is. Now, I don't know how much we're going to see of that now because NIL has been approved. I was talking to a reporter from one of our sister papers in Michigan just last week, and he was asking me if I thought that was a reason that we had lost kids like Ariana Cradle, Alex Smith, King Kendrick from Northland in recent years, Cruz McClure, the player from Westerville South, who went to a prep school as well. NIL has something to do with that most of the time. And I think now that it has been approved, maybe we're going to see less of that. Maybe I'm being optimistic. I mean, we all know how the transfer culture is at this point in time. So I hope that it lessens. I'm not going to say that, but I have a feeling that it could certainly be mitigated.
The NIL approval that Dave is referring to is a referendum vote by Ohio High School Athletic Association member schools back in November of 2025 that made name, image, and likeness marketing deals legal for high school students, similar to what you're seeing with college athletes. It's been reported since that members of the Ohio State House plan to introduce legislation that would make NIL illegal for high schoolers. The OHSAA tells me they also expect NIL legislation to be introduced sometime this year. The Ohio legislature is not scheduled to return to session until January 28th, and it's unclear if and when the reported legislation would be introduced. My thanks to Dave Papura for his time. Read Dave's coverage of Central Ohio sports over at dispatch.com. Also give him a follow on social media at DP_dispatch. For the Ohio News Network, I'm Eric Reeser.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE-FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Halftime here at John Glenn High School. John Glenn with a 44-29 lead over the Philo Electrics here at halftime. Here's how it happened. The first quarter, let's just say John Glenn came out on fire. They scored 31 points in the first quarter. Ben Stom leading the charge. He had 14 points in the first quarter, 4 3-pointers. Cooper Briggs threw in a couple 3-pointers. So John Glenn off to the hot start. They outscored Philo 31-12 in the first quarter. Second quarter, though, Philo actually won the second quarter. They outscored John Glenn 17-13, and that gets us where we are right now at 44-29. And Richard, I think you've got some stats that really tell the story of that.
Yeah, I really do. John Glenn off to a hot start first quarter, 11 for 16 from the floor, 6 of 10 being from behind the arc. Cooled off a little bit from behind the arc in the second quarter, 1 for 6, 5 for 8 inside, with 17 for 30 for the half. That's a nice half of basketball.
Yes, it is.
John Glenn, only 1 turnover the first half. I think tells that's the story for them. 3 of 4 from the line for the Muskies, so explains why they're ahead. If you're Philo, though, one area that they're beating the Muskies is 17-14 on the boards. But the interesting part about that, 7 offensive rebounds for the Electrics in the first half, which has to be a concern for the Muskies.
Well, that's what happened to him Saturday night. Tri Valley just kept putting it up on the rim and going up and getting it. And that's been the Achilles heel for this Muskies team. They just don't rebound it very well. They're not very big across the board. I mean, they've got guys that are 6'2", 6'3", but They're bringing in Walker Dupler there for Philo, who is a load, even as a freshman. Big young man. He's got a big body. He was able to get to the offensive board, and John Glenn's going to have to find an answer for that here in the second half.
Well, yeah, the second half, and then as they progress through the season, during the tournament run, we think they're going to have to find a way to keep people off the glass offensively.
Well, John Glenn will get the first possession of this second half. As we get ready, as this clock winding down, we've got a couple of, I would say right now, our leader in the clubhouse for the Lock 9 Pizza Player of the Game for John Glenn. Obviously, Ben Stom, he led the way with 16 points in that first half. Probably have to go with KJ Phillip or Walker Dupler right now for the Electric, so we'll see how this second half plays out. 44-25 in favor, or 29, excuse me, in favor of the Muskies as we get underway here in the third quarter. Bates, backdoor pass to Dolan. Dolan lays it up and in under duress. Nice set play by Coach Sheck right out of the huddle, and there is going to be not a turnover. Tipped away by John Glenn with their full court pressure, and Philo keeps it. Griffin Harper to inbound it, and he gets it in the backcourt to Rusty Trout. Trout will bring it up. Bates waiting on him at the logo. Trout now, high screen from KJ Phillip. He's going to try the three from deep, and it's no good off the back iron, but there's Slade Sprankle. Sprankle again, very active. He is a very stout young man. I mean, he ran the football so well to running back position for Philo in the fall, and he is a stout young man, and he just gets in and mixes it up. And, rebounding's all about effort, Richard, and he's putting forth that effort tonight. He's come up with some key boards for Philo.
He does, and he handles the basketball pretty well for the Electrics.
Crabtree now on the penetration to the free throw line, kicks it back to Sprankle. Dolan guards him, now switches it off to Stom. Good ball movement on the perimeter. There's Trout behind the back now to Harper. Harper trying to find space against Dolan. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound off to Briggs. That's going to be a foul on KJ Phillip. His second of the game. And that's what John Glenn's going to have to do. They're going to have to secure those defensive boards. Briggs went up and got that one. And he was fouled by Phillip. 46-29. John Glenn by 17 as we go under 7 minutes left here in the third quarter. Bates to Stom. Now to Braden Davis at the top of the circle. Dolan on the right side. Now to Steele Bates on the right wing, being guarded by Sprankles. Bates has a little bit of size on him, gets into the lane, steps through, dumps it off to Davis. Davis turns it over. I think he was trying to flip it out to Dolan, but couldn't get it done. Harper on the run, pulls up in the lane, shot up and good. Griffin Harper, his first bucket of the game. And there's a steal by Crabtree on the inbounds. Shot missed, and John Glenn with the rebound. They've got numbers. It's 3-on-2. Bates, three ball on the wing. Bang! Steele Bates. His first Allen Hunter State Farm three-pointer of the game, and his team now by 18, 49-31. Sprankle picks the ball up. They get it ahead to Harper. Bates tried to knock it away from behind. Now Trout for the three-pointer, and he gets one to go. Rusty Trout finally connects from three. Missed a couple out there, but got that one. Good look with the feet set, and he connects on an Allen Hunter State Farm three-pointer. His first of the game. John Glenn with the ball. Dolan on the dribble, down the lane, and up and in. And there's going to be a timeout from Coach Sheck. I don't think he likes the defensive effort, and he's going to have a little talk about that as we take a Zimba Company's timeout. It's a 30-second. We'll keep it right here. Richard, back and forth here to start this third quarter. John Glenn has outscored Philo 7-5 to extend that lead. They're now up 17.
Yeah, but it's just the way that it's happening. You're right. I think Coach Sheck called that timeout to have a little defensive attitude talk, and then just to remind them that hey, we still have a second half to play.
Yeah, you do, and that's, when you get such a hot start, there's no way you're going to shoot the ball the way they did the rest of the game, like they did in the first quarter, and the game's going to slow down, and people are going to settle in. And that's when you've got to do those little things right. And I think he's just not happy about the way they're executing on the defensive end.
Exactly, but I like the way he called timeout to address it, not let it go on. Because sometimes when you're ahead, you kind of tolerate that kind of thing. Right. And I'm glad to see Coach Sheck, made an adjustment there to get after him a little bit.
His team up by 17 now, 5:37 to play in the third quarter. Trout walks the ball up the floor for the Electrics. He's greeted by Stom, Crabtree. Now gets it back to Trout. Trout to Crabtree on the left wing, screened by Sprankle. And I think Rusty Trout thought Stom hit the basketball. I could not tell.
He did, but it hit Trout a second time.
I think it hit Trout a second time, so therefore the over and back. John Glenn inbounds the basketball. They get it to Bates. Bates now to Stom on the right wing. Stom being guarded by Sprankle. C.J. Dolan now with the ball. Now to Briggs. Briggs on the left side over to Bates, and he backs up to midcourt. Trout going to guard him. Dolan comes off a screen. He weaves his way down the lane. It's knocked way out of bounds, and John Glenn will keep it underneath their own bucket. Richard, I really like a lot of things that Philo does, and again, they are all underclassmen. All these kids will be back next year.
Yeah, it's been a learning curve for them, and they are getting better as we watch them throughout the year.
Good inbounds play for Bates. He missed the shot. Rebound goes to Braden Davis. Braden is fouled, and he will go to the free throw line for a pair. They're saying that was on Trout. Braden Davis with a pair of Kemp Insurance Agency free throws. He's got 10 points on the night, and he adds to that with the first free throw. That's 11 for Braden. Coach Trout is going to call a timeout. He wants to talk about it. 30-second Zimba Company's timeout. We'll keep it right here as well, Richard.
Well, one thing I was going to say, Dave, one thing when you're looking for when you're Philo with a young basketball team is improvement over the course of the season. And from seeing them several times, they are improving as the season progresses, which when you're young, that's what you're looking to do.
I think this is my third game that I have done of Philo, and each time, I mean, now granted, I saw him play against Maysville, and Maysville came out highly motivated and basically ran them out of the gym at Maysville. Now, in the games I've seen since, I've saw them beat Meadowbrook. They played much better. They've played better tonight, but the scoring barrage in the first quarter, you're in a world of hurt right off the bat because John Glenn puts up 31 in the first quarter. Makes it tough when you're following. You're trying to dig yourself out of a hole the rest of the way.
It sure does.
Trout now with the basketball. Braden Davis connected on both free throws. His team up 53-34. Trout trying to get around Briggs. Pulls up from the jumper from 17. In and out, no good. Rebound from Dolan. He came from nowhere. Gets it to Bates. He throws it ahead to Briggs. Nice ball move right over to Stom. Nifty passing by the Muskies, and Stom lays it in. He's got 18 now. 55-34. John Glenn by 21. 4 minutes, 14 seconds to play in the third quarter. Sprankle finds KJ Phillips somehow underneath, and Phillip turns and knocks it down. He's got 10 points. Sprankle, not much room there, and somehow found Phillip, and Phillip kind of a contortionist move and got it to go. Bates now with the basketball. A lot of hands from Trout, and Bates still got down the lane. And on the rebound, Trout's going to be called for traveling. Braden Davis had his hand in there. I thought it was going to be an alternate possession, but traveling is the call. And John Glenn keeps the basketball. They've got a 55-36 lead. Bates can't get the shot to go off the inbounds, and here come the Electrics. Trout gets around Bates. Pull-up jumper from 13, good from Rusty Trout. And here come the Muskies back. Stom with the basketball. He gets down the lane, dumps it off to Braden Davis, and that's where Mr. Davis lives, resides, and scores a lot of points, as that's now his 14th point of the night. He's got 2 free throws to go along with 6 field goals. His team with a 57-38 lead with 3:08 to play in the third quarter. Sprankle now to Phillip. Phillips going to try one from 3, no good. Rebound, Briggs, another strong rebound. Cooper Briggs getting to the glass, the defensive glass here in the second half. He's got a couple of rebounds. He dumps it down to Davis low. Davis working against Phillip. No space, gets it to Dolan. Good screen from Davis, creates some space for Dolan. Dolan gets a long time to think about it, and he drains the 3, and another Allen Hunter State Farm three-pointer for the Muskies. That gives them a 60-38 lead. Trout now with the basketball on offense for the Electrics. Kicks it on the right side over there to Cash. Cash now to Davis. Back to Trout. Trout trying to find some room to work against Stom. Gets with his right hand, gets it tipped away, but Cash picks it up. Down to the corner to Trout. Trout, three-pointer, no good. Rebound off of Braden Davis and out of bounds. So Electrics will keep the basketball. Zeminski and Ginzer check back in for the Muskies. Stom and Davis out of the game. 60-38, 2:07 to play in the third quarter. Electrics basketball, Cash inbounds it to Rhodes. Rhodes almost tipped away by Bates, but Sprankle's got it down the lane. Tough layup, and Slade Sprankle gets another bucket.
That was a strength basket, Dave. He just took it there.
Yes, it was. 60-40 now. John Glenn by 20. Excellent move from Sprankle as he got to the rim and laid it in. And there is going to be a foul on the Electrics. I think it's on Trout. I'm not sure. I was trying to catch the number. Nope, it was on Cash. I'm sorry. John Glenn will inbound it under the rim bucket. Dolan flips it in, goes back and gets it. His three-pointer, no good. Trout with a rebound, and Trout, he gets down the floor in a hurry. I've seen that all season from him. He can really turn on the Jets. Sometimes a little bit out of control, but Bates fouls him in the backcourt.
Yeah, he brings it out. He forces the action on offense, that's for sure.
Bates, his first foul of the game, first one on John Glenn in the quarter. And Philo inbounds it. Davis with the basketball. Trapped briefly there by Zeminski and by Briggs, and there's a long three from Trout, no good. Rebound to Dolan, he kicks it to Briggs. Briggs gonna pull up from deep, no good. Rebound to Sprankle. Here come the Electrics running the other way. They've got numbers, it's 3-on-2. Cash, lefty dribble, down the lane, no good. Rebound, fought for, Electrics have it. Trout, three-pointer, no good. Rebound to Rhodes, nope, to Ginzer, and there's a foul on Rhodes. He just tackled Ginzer. That was a pretty easy one. I think Ray Charles could have seen that one.
Yeah, that was pretty aggressive.
I don't use that line but once a year, and that's my one time for it. So Dalton, our main man tonight, shakes his head in agreement. It's a good thing I only use that once a year. I think that's what he's saying. Bates now with the ball for the Muskies. Gets it to Ginzer. 50 seconds to play in this third quarter. 60-40. John Glenn leads. Bates probing. Tries to dump it to Ginzer, and it's going to be alternate possession in there, and that's going to go to Philo. 43 seconds left now in this third quarter. Philo with the possession. They trail by 20. 60-40. Here comes Sprankle in a hurry. Gets it ahead to Cash. Cash. Spin move, and it's going to be a foul on Ginzer as Cash took it to the rim. Genzer's first foul for the Muskies, and Cash will shoot a couple of Kemp Insurance Agency free throws. And his first free throw, good. The lefty with a nice rotation on that shot. Braden Davis checks back in for Ginzer. Here comes Briggs as well for Zeminski. John Glenn basically back to their starting lineup as we have 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Cash, second free throw, no good. Rebound off to Stom, and a foul, I think that's on Crabtree. And that's the fifth foul, I think. It is.
Boy, Dave, that's going to be a long time to be
I mean, you don't want to foul 80 feet from the basket when that's going to give the other team free throws, and that's exactly what happened. Stom now, we walk all the way to the other end, and he's going to get to shoot a pair of unguarded 15-foot shots, otherwise known as free throws. And in this case, Kemp Insurance Agency free throws, and the first one's good.
And the way he's playing, probably going to make them both.
He's got 19 now. And Stom will go to the line for this second free throw. 35 seconds to play. It's 61-41. John Glenn in control by 20. Stom's second free throw, good, and you called it, Richard. He's got them both, and he's got 20 points. And here come the Electrics with 32 seconds left. Sprankle with the ball. Tries to get around Briggs and does. Reverse layup, no good. Boy, good move from Sprankle, and the rebound fought for Dolan and Rhodes. It goes off Dolan, so the Electrics keep it. And they've got an underneath their own bucket with 23 seconds left in this third quarter. Screening action there. Rhodes set a good screen to get Cash open. Cash turns with the left hand. Tries to force up the shot, no good. Briggs with the rebound and fouled again. Again, Richard, 80 feet from the basket, and you're fouling, and you're just putting the other team at the line.
Yeah, I mean, you're just giving away points. And if you're John Glenn, when we stand over here and look at the scoreboard, you're up 62-41, and Steel Bates has 5 points for the Muskies. So what's that say about your team concept?
It says that you have a team that's very well balanced. If a guy that's averaging about 20 points a game only has 5, Cooper Briggs at the line for a pair of Kemp Insurance Agency free throws. The first one goes. He's got 10 points, his first non-three-pointer of the night. And of course, you think as good of a three-point shooter as he is, he's going to be a good free throw shooter, and he is. He gets both. His team up 64-41, 15 seconds left. Trout brings it up. Rhodes sets the screen, and it goes off of Trout's leg, out of bounds, and John Glenn's going to get the last shot now with 10.9 seconds to go in the quarter. Boy, just some mistakes here at the end of this quarter, fouling a long way from the bucket and then giving John Glenn another opportunity. Of course, it's in Bates' hands, and he's going to try to get a shot off. He does. It's a three-pointer. Bang! Steel Bates at the horn. He gets his second Allen Hunter State Farm 3 of the third quarter, and that ends it. It's 67-41. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. High school basketball on AVC Sports.
The hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. And on the radio, I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Fourth quarter ready to get underway here at John Glenn. The Muskies with a 67-41 lead over the Philo Electrics as we start the fourth quarter. John Glenn has the first possession. Cooper Briggs inbounds it to C.J. Dolan. And there comes that backdoor play again, and nice ball movement. They find Briggs, his three-pointer. Of course, he's got the feet set, he's got the puppy set, and it's going down. Another Allen Hunter State Farm Insurance three-pointer from Cooper Briggs, and it's now 70-41. Trout, a little bit out of control. He might have got away with a walk there. Backs off on the dribble now, tries the three from deep, no good. Rebound, Stom's got it. His team has numbers. Davis lays it up and in. Braden Davis, he's got 16. Electrics on the attack. Trout now to Crabtree in the left corner. Crabtree on the dribble into the lane. His jump shot no good. Rhodes there for the rebound. He puts it back up and in. Grant Rhodes, he's got 8 points now for the Electrics. Stom on offense for John Glenn, hands it to Briggs. Briggs with the crossover. Good defense there from Davis. He got in front of Bates, almost stole it. And Bates is going to draw the foul. I've seen it all year. People get up in Bates. They think he's skinny, he's not strong. I'm going to, speed him up. I'm going to knock him off his game. And you just can't do it.
No, you can't.
And Bates just got a technical because he thought he got fouled on the shot. He probably did, but it wasn't called, and he got a technical because he let the official know about it. And Steele is going to come out of the game. Coach Scheck not a fan of that one, I am sure.
Coach Scheck going to make that a teachable moment.
Rusty Trout will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair of Kemp Insurance Agency technical free throws. That first one is good. And his second free throw is also good, so both of those. Zeminski checks in for Bates. And Philo has the basketball. They trail 72-45. 6:45 to play in the basketball game. Trout on offense. Skips it over to Crabtree on the right side. Crabtree on the dribble. He pulls up at the free throw line, kicks it back to Sprankle. Now to Trout, left wing to Cash. Cash lefty drive. Knocked away from Dolan, but they're going to call a foul on CJ. And I think that means Cash is going to get to shoot a pair, which he is. And that's Dolan's third foul of the game.
Cole Cash just uses his strength to get the ball to the basket. Didn't score there, but definitely drew the foul.
Cash goes to the free throw line. He's going to shoot a pair of Kemp Insurance Agency free throws, and the first one is good. He was 1 of 2 there. He's been 1 of 2 twice tonight. We'll see if he can break the trend and get both free throws to go here this time. Cash eyes it, lefty. And that was a little bit flat and did not get over the front of the rim. So Cole Cash, again, 1 for 2 from the free throw line, and there's a steal from Trout and a foul from Zeminski. They kind of collided. Zeminski fell on top of Trout, and that is a foul. It's his third foul, and John Glenn's third foul of the quarter. You don't want to shoot free throws. Let them shoot free throws if you're John Glenn. Crabtree, and that's what he's good at. He bombs one from the right corner, an Allen Hunter State Farm three-pointer for Carter Crabtree. And he's got 6 points in the game, both of them, both buckets, 3-pointers. John Glenn, nice back cut from Dolan, and he gets Trout off of his feet. Excellent move, and again, when you get to 2 feet in the lane, Richard, good things happen, and that's what C.J. Dolan did.
Sure does, Dave. And when you look at John Glenn, they're very good fundamentally, and we've seen that a lot of times tonight in the lane. John Glenn gathers themselves and either scores or draws the foul.
And that's Trout's third foul, and Dolan connects on the free throw. CJ with 12 points now for John Glenn, and here comes Trout on offense. 75-49. John Glenn in command of this one, 5:52 to play. Cash to Crabtree at the top of the circle. John Glenn switching a lot of ball screen action out top. They do again. Trout, three-pointer on the way, gets it to go. Rusty Trout, he got some space. And you always got a little confidence after you've been to the free throw line. You've hit a couple, and he let that one fly. Didn't even think about it, and let that one, another Allen Hunter State Farm three for him. Dolan tries to answer, and does. C.J. Dolan from deep. He answers with an Allen Hunter State Farm three. 5:13 to go in this basketball game, 78-52. Cash powers up a left-handed layup down the lane. Good move from Cole Cash. Trading buckets right now is not really what you need if you're Philo. You need some stops, and they have not been able to get many tonight. 78 points on the board, and there goes Briggs. Layup missed. Genzer fights for the rebound. He and Rhodes having a struggle. They're going to call it alternate possession. And I believe that goes to Philo. John Glenn had the ball at the start of the quarter. And it is. It's going to go to Philo. Philo now with possession. It's 78-54, John Glenn by 24. Here with 4:45 to go in the game. Griffin Harper with the ball. Hands it to Crabtree. Crabtree, crossover dribble. Pulls up, gets it back to Harper. Harper, kick that over to Phillip. And there's Harper again. Harper gets it down low to Rhodes. Rhodes powers it up and in. Nice move by Grant Rhodes. He's got 10 points for the Electrics.
Rhodes has had a nice game. He's really given Philo a post presence tonight.
He and Dupler both there in the first half did a really good job getting to the glass. Rhodes, couple nice moves there himself. Good ball movement here from the Muskies. Dolan now to Bates. Bates to Genzer, hands off, pulls up, dumps it back to Genzer, layup, no good, but fouled. Boy, nice action there. Bates, again, finding an open man. And that foul on Griffin Harper, his second. Genzer will go to the line to shoot a pair of Kemp Insurance Agency free throws. First one off the mark. 78-56, John Glenn in command of this one. Genzer, second free throw. That one's good. Hayden Genzer, 3 points on the night.
Sorry, Dave. You know, a lot of times when you're a leading scorer like Steele Bates and you have 8 tonight, it bothers you, but we're not seeing that out of him. He's just playing the game, involving his teammates, becoming a passer. Still takes his shots, but he's not worried that he only has 8 points. He's got everybody involved in the offense.
He's doing a good job of finding the open man. There's Trout finding Rhodes. Rhodes to Crabtree. Crabtree going to let another 3 go. This time he can't connect. Dolan throws it ahead to Briggs. Briggs lays it off to Davis. Davis goes to the lane and lays it up and in. Another really good segment of ball movement and passing from John Glenn, just showing how unselfish they are as a group, and that's going to be a Zemba Company's timeout. And it's a full timeout. We'll take a quick break. This is fourth quarter action, high school basketball presented by AVC Sports.
Hi, Mark Kelly here with Vicon Services, wishing all the local teams good luck as they dribble their way down the courts to a successful and exciting basketball season. As you're stepping back for that three-point shot in the fourth, we can be in the background helping plan your projects for that first period, getting your business ready for that big project win in 2026. With that, have a safe and competitive season, and remember, Vicon Services as your sole source for commercial and industrial construction projects.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Fourth quarter action here at John Glenn High School. The Muskies with a commanding 81-56 lead over the Philo Electrics. John Glenn been in control most of the night in this one as they ran off to an early 31-12 lead after the first quarter. And they have maintained a pretty steady lead of anywhere from 15 to 25 points in this ball game. Philo with the basketball. 3 minutes, 12 seconds to play in the game. 81-56. Harper trying to look at Phillip inside. He gets it to him. Tries to find space. Jump, scores over Braden Davis. KJ Phillip has 12 now for the Electrics. Dolan brings it up, being guarded by Trout. Over to Stom. Stom, big night tonight, 20 points. 16 of those in the first half. John Glenn right now very content to be patient and get what they want. There's a nice give and go from Bates to Davis, back to Bates. Bates fouled as he attempted the shot, and that foul on Griffin Harper, his third. Bates will now shoot a pair of Kemp Insurance Agency free throws. He had 2 at half, hit a couple of threes in the third quarter. He's got 8 points, And his first free throw here in this fourth quarter goes in and out.
It's a rare miss for Bates.
It's a rare miss. Good free throw shooter. And Steele will take a second free throw here. And it's good. He gets that one to go. He's got 9 points now. And his team has an 82-58 lead. Harper on the attack for the Electrics. Phillips got it on the right wing. Gets into the lane, spins, Stomp trying to hold his ground. Phillip forces up the shot, no good. And Braden Davis grabs the rebound, and he's fouled by Cam Ross. And that is 5 fouls on Philo, so Braden Davis will walk to the other end and shoot a pair of Kemp Insurance Agency free throws. Davis, 18 points on the night. Got a chance to hit that magic 20 mark along with his teammate Stom. I was going to say if he can connect on a pair of free throws, but the first one, no good. And wholesale substitutions now from the Muskies. Davis still standing at the line to shoot another free throw. He's got a sub at the table as well, as Genzer will check in for him. Briggs still out there. And that second free throw good from Braden Davis. He's got 19. And he checks out of the game. 2:25 to play. His team with a commanding 83-58 lead. Philo on offense. Hand it off to Ross. Ross going to try the three from deep. No good. Briggs with a rebound. He's been on the glass for the Muskies here in the second half, and they come and tip it from behind. It's going to be an alternate possession. I believe that goes to John Glenn. 2 of 8 to play. Audie Buchanan checking in for Philo. John Glenn to inbound the basketball. And they throw it into Briggs, and it's knocked away, but going to go out of bounds. And John Glenn keeps it. 2:06 to play, 83-58 John Glenn. Inbounds play, nice job there, Genzer, and that was Quentin Yanisic. Genzer down the lane, picks his dribble up, bounce pass, finds its way over to Briggs after a few hands touched it. John Glenn again content to run some offense here. Nice move to the bucket there, no good. That was Jackson Pauley, just checked into the game with all those substitutions late. And there goes Buchanan trying to work against Zeminski. And again, a lot of new faces into the game. Davis, or Cam Ross, excuse me, with that shot, no good. And a scramble for the ball, it's to Genzer. Genzer ahead to Briggs. Briggs back to Genzer. He sees the lane, he drives down, lays it up and in. Hayden Genzer. He's got 5 points now, 1:05 to play. John Glenn by 27. It's 85-58. Buchanan now kicks the basketball out on the top. And I'll tell you what, Mr. Ross came in to fire it up. That's his third three-point attempt. And Buchanan gets the rebound. He lays it up and in. Briggs on offense now. Genzer. 35 seconds to play. John Glenn very patient at this point of the game. 85-60. And really just trying to run the last 25 seconds off, and there is a turnover. Pauly got faked out by his teammate there. He thought he was going to pop out. He went back door instead. Ball went out of bounds. Turnover. 20 seconds to play. 85-60. John Glenn going to be victorious in this one. There's a missed shot. Rebound off to Genzer. Tipped away from behind, but the Muskies keep it. Trying to get rid of it, they do to Pauly. Pauly, skip pass. Now out to Zeminski. That's going to end our basketball game. John Glenn victorious, 85 over Philo, 60. Moving back to wrap this one up, this is high school basketball presented by AVC Sports.
At Abel's, we're proud that so many people trust our family with their family's home comfort. I'm Russ Abels. For new heating and cooling, you can trust us to save you money with our high-efficiency systems. We're trusted for electrical work, lighting, outlets, generators, complete home electrical service upgrades. We do it all. And you can trust us in an emergency. Whether it's heating, cooling, or electrical repairs, we promise to do the job right. It's what we do for family, and it's what everyone deserves. Trust Abels.
Looking to upgrade your ride or home with sleek professional tinting? Absolute One Window Tinting on Maple Avenue in Zanesville is your local expert. Our team specializes in automotive, residential, and commercial tinting that keeps you cool, protects interiors, and adds privacy with a flawless finish. We use high-quality films designed to last, giving you style and function you can trust. From cars to storefronts, Absolute One delivers precision and care every time. Call 740-819-1642 or stop by Maple Avenue today.
We know parenting is a full-time job, and it can be easy to get caught up in everyday life. The Ohio Children's Trust Fund and our partners are here for you because we all need a little help sometimes. We can connect you with essential resources in your community, everything from parenting support to ideas for self-care. For the love of your family, visit octf.ohio.gov/love to find the support you need.
Looking for an incredible deal on a new Ford, Lincoln, or Nissan? Come check out our vastly growing inventory selection and ask us about all the low APR options that are going on right now at Dutro Ford, Lincoln, Nissan.
If a new vehicle isn't in the budget, let us show you a pre-owned alternative that is sure to fit all your needs without breaking the bank. We know with the running from work to practice or games doesn't leave much time for car shopping, so view our full inventory online 24/7 at dutrosauto.com.
Best of luck to all the coaches and players this year. Have a safe and successful season from all of us at Dutro Ford, Lincoln, Nissan.
When life feels heavy, you shouldn't have to wait for help. At Allwell's Walk In Now, Guernsey County's behavioral health urgent care, support is ready right when you are. No appointments, no hassle. Just walk into our office at 831 Wheeling Avenue in Cambridge, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and get fast, compassionate care. Allwell's Walk In Now, because the best time to feel better is now. Be well, stay well, all well.
At Village Hardware and Rental in Barnesville, we've got everything you need for homeowner, contractor, and commercial jobs. From trusted Milwaukee tools and everyday hardware to pro-grade Valspar paint, trusted color you can count on. Plus, we offer paint mixing, key cutting, special orders, and commercial services too. And now, introducing our officially open firearms and ammo department. Fully stocked, trusted, and convenient. Whether you're working, improving, or protecting, Village Hardware and Rental is your one-stop shop. Drop by at 265 South Chestnut Street, Barnesville. Village Hardware and Rental. We make it easy to build the world around you.
If your hair could talk, it would probably say, "Thanks for saving time on a great haircut at Great Clips. You used online check-in to put your name on the list in the app and made it to the salon right on time, thanks to getting a Ready Next text. Your hair would also like to add, 'This cut rules,' and the price, a very close second. For a great haircut that fits your schedule and your budget, take it from your hair. Take yourself to Great Clips. Download the app today."
Looking for adventure? Check out the 2022 Ford Bronco 4-door Badlands at Doane Ford. This rugged ride is built to take you anywhere with just 18,000 miles and a soft top perfect for open-air freedom. Equipped for both off-road thrills and everyday comfort, this Bronco is ready for whatever the road brings. Don't wait. Vehicles like this don't stay long. Visit Doane Ford today and take the 2022 Bronco Badlands for a spin. Your next adventure starts here.
Shriver's Pharmacy is a proud supporter of Ohio high school sports, wishing all area athletes, coaches, and parents a healthy and successful season. When you play, play with heart. Local and independent since 1979. Shriver's Pharmacy, because we care.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Dave Hillier, Richard Hall back here at the Fish Tank in New Concord, wrapping things up in this MVL victory for the John Glenn Muskies tonight, 85-60 over Philo. Richard, John Glenn got off to the hot start. They scored 31 points in the first quarter, and they just never looked back.
Yeah, they really did. They were so solid offensively.
Here comes Coach Scheck.
Got off to a great start, and just an outstanding basketball game for the Muskies.
If you want to give him that.
Yep, I will.
All right.
But just an outstanding game by John Glenn once again.
Yes, it was. Joining us now in the postgame, Coach Eric Scheck joining us in the postgame. Coach, you guys got off to an unbelievable start tonight. 31 points in the first quarter, and of those 31, Steele Bates had none.
Right, and
that just shows you what kind of team you guys have.
Yeah, and they did a great job on him all night. He was, clearly frustrated a little bit there, but they did a nice job on them. And a lot of teams have done that to us, and that's one of the things we've constantly preached is it can't just be, if we want to, kind of take that next step, it can't just be Steele or it just can't be CJ. I was very proud of our guys stepping up tonight. I know Ben hit. What he hit 4 in the first quarter.
He had 4 threes in the first quarter.
And again, if we've got other guys that can step up and do that, it's a testament to our guys and how they've improved. So we'll take it.
I would definitely think so. And I mean, I was looking, he was averaging about 8.5 points a game coming into the night. And then, he has 16 in the first half tonight. And again, that's without Steele Bates really doing any damage. Steele had 2 points at halftime, and you guys are up 44-29. And it's just a tribute to your other kids on the team. Stom tonight was the main. He did all the damage, but again, Braden Davis, he just hangs around the bucket. He does what you tell him to do. Yep. And Steele did a really good job too tonight, finding him for some easy buckets.
And that's one of the things that Steele kind of understands that, obviously he's a scorer and he scores the ball a lot and he shoots it a lot, but he's so valuable even if he doesn't shoot it.
Exactly.
And I know he was getting frustrated with, being bumped and kudos to Philo for playing physical with him, but he still found a way to be very effective and getting other guys involved. And like you said, Braden's very, very used to kind of hanging around the rim and kind of being the beneficiary of those types of plays.
Well, I think in tribute to Steele, he does a really good job. He doesn't get sped up. He's going to play at the pace that he wants to play at, no matter what the defense is doing to him. You said they're trying to be physical, yes, but he still doesn't get out of control, and he still keeps his eyes open. And again, he found Davis for some easy layups tonight. Again, some of those buckets that are created for your team are just because there's so much attention to what Steele's doing.
Yeah, and we practice that a lot too, with just trying to do everything we can to have our younger guys frustrate Steele, just so he can learn kind of how to play through that stuff. But a lot of that is just building the confidence of our other guys. And I thought tonight, with as good a job as they did on Batesy, that he was able to still, like you said, kind of play his game at his pace, even though he was a little frustrated. But he was still able to have, I don't know how many assists he had or anything like that, but he did a nice job finding the opening guys.
Well, we really thought it was a key to the game for you guys tonight, just to stay balanced like you have been. And again, you got 4 guys in double figures tonight. Bates almost there would have been 5. He had 9 on the night. So again, just a really great balanced scoring, and that bodes well for you as we start looking on down the line here. I know you got more regular season games, but tournaments coming up, and when Ben Stom is out here running around scoring 20 points, that presents a problem for some other teams. It's like, how are we going to guard 5 guys that can score?
Yeah, and hopefully, like you said, hopefully it continues. We've had some good balanced scoring really the last probably 3 weeks. A lot early on in the season, it was kind of the Steele and CJ show. But I think over the last 3 weeks, we've really been able to kind of expand our other guys' roles and just with them being able to knock down some shots, it does open up a lot of things. Because if you want to take Steele away from us or take CJ away from us, hopefully that trend continues and we've got other guys that can step up.
Well, you're now 17-1 and 13-1 in the MVL, so just a couple of league games left. I know you've got Morgan, and I can't remember the other league.
We're at Riverview Tuesday, and then Morgan will be next Friday.
All right, so that'll wrap up the league schedule. Then you end up the season with a couple of really tough non-league games. You got Marietta and Warren, and I think that's a great way to get ready for the tournament.
Yeah, they're both actually rescheduled games.
Right.
But it's 2 Division III teams that are tough physical kids. I think Marietta's 15-3 at this point.
Right.
So they've been good the last heck, ever since I've been here, last 5-6 years.
They've been good. They've been good.
And Warren, they're going to be physical. They've won however many games they've won the last 20 years, really. Yeah. So those would be good tests for us going into the tournament. And obviously, you want to win a lot of games in a tournament. But it's one of those you just got to, this is a grind. The season's long. You got to keep the guys hungry. You got to keep them fresh. But you're right. That's we got 2 league games left, and then 2 really tough Division III programs that have got a lot of success.
Then we get you ready for the tournament, and then who knows what happens when this tournament rolls around. There's lots of games to be seen and had out here on the tournament trail, which we'll be covering a lot of those, and looking forward to seeing you guys. You're going to be the 1 or 2. It just depends on how everything winds up, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Cambridge is right there too, so it's probably going to be one of those things where whether we're the 1, the 2, the 3, I don't think it really matters.
Right.
And I don't think Cambridge or Maysville cares either. It's just one of those things. It is what it is, and we'll go from there when it gets there.
Well, I will say this. Ben Stom, he was our Lock 9 Pizza player of the game, so I'll turn that over to you and entrust you to make sure he gets that and you don't take his pizza.
Because
I know you've been threatening to do that.
But I've never been to Lock 9 yet, and I keep saying I got to go there.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if this game was at Philo, there's no doubt where Richard and I would have been for pregame meal because we love it.
Mike Snively raves about it too, so I got to make sure that I get down there at some point.
Marcia is she's a big fan of ours because we like to say good things about her restaurant. So
I'll make sure Ben gets it.
I appreciate you coming up and talking with us, and good luck.
Yep, thanks.
Coach Sheck joining us on the postgame tonight, and his team off to a very great victory tonight. 85-60 was the final. His team basically took care of business. They started off this game 31-12 after the first quarter. They ended up at halftime with a 44-29 lead. After 3, it was 67-41, and that ended our final tonight 85-60 as John Glenn victorious. Richard, you got some stats there you want to share that can paint a little picture of what happened tonight as well?
Well, Will, and it was John Glenn's offense, quite frankly.
Yes.
For the game, ended up for the game 32 of 51, 12 of 23 from behind the arc, 20 of 28 from two-point land for 32 for 51. Did come back and redeem themselves in the second half with rebounding. They out-rebounded the Electrics 28-20. Cooper brings 7 rebounds for the Muskies tonight.
I thought he did a good job that second half, really getting on the glass.
Did a great job. And only turned the basketball over 5 times tonight, Dave, which pretty much tells the story. They averaged just a little under 8, so they stayed below their average tonight. And then Philo had a tougher time. 24 of 61 shooting-wise, 5 of 22 from behind the arc. They had, after that avalanche of a first quarter of a John Glenn's offense, Philo never got in sync. They had to shoot the ball from the perimeter a lot more probably than they wanted to. Just didn't go their way. But Philo did have a bright spot in terms of offensive rebounding. They had 9 offensive rebounds tonight, which if you're John Glenn, you really want to limit those offensive rebounds. Yes. So that gives them something to work on in practice, I guess, tomorrow. But, Philo, a good a team that's young, keeps getting better. And really, when you look at the John Glenn Muskies, just consistency is what I'm seeing now. They were good early, but they feel different now when I watch them play than they did early in the season in terms of the balance and just the way the guys play together. They're just really gelling and playing well right now as a unit.
Well, to wrap things up here for the Electrics tonight, scoring-wise, Slade Sprankle with 5, Audie Buchanan with 2, Griffin Harper with 2, KJ Phillip was led the way along with Rusty Trout with 12, Cole Cash with 5, Walker Dupler with 6, Grant Rhodes 10, Carter Crabtree 6, and as I mentioned there, Rusty Trout also 12 points along with KJ Phillip to lead the Electrics tonight. For the Muskies, Cooper Briggs with 14, CJ Dolan with 16, Oakley Zeminski with 2, Ben Stom with 20, Braden Davis with 19, Hayden Genzer with 5, Steele Bates with 9. That's going to wrap up the scoring for both teams. Our Lock 9 Pizza players of the game for John Glenn, it was Ben Stom. He of the big run to start the game. He had 16 at halftime. He ended up with 20 for the game. Just a great game for Ben tonight, averaging about 9 points a game, a little less than 9 points a game, comes out with 20 tonight. For the Philo Electrics, Rusty Trout, our Lock 9 Pizza player of the game for the Electrics, he helped lead his team tonight. He handled the ball a lot for his team, does some good things in transition for them, and he had 12 points, couple threes in there. So Rusty Trout, our Lock 9 Pizza player of the game. We were talking about also the Great Clips, great play of the game, and we were talking about that, and it's like, well, you know, the play where Braden Davis got the layup, but it wasn't the layup, it was how he got the layup. It was pass, 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 and as you said, it's like one of those drills you do in practice when there's no defense on the floor. The ball did not touch the floor. 4 different people had it, and Braden Davis was the recipient of the layup. So I guess we could say that the whole team got the Great Clips, great play of the game, but it ended up being the layup that Braden Davis converted there in the second half.
Yeah, if he's going to teach transition offense at a clinic, Dave, you'd show that clip right there.
That was pretty good because the ball didn't touch the floor, and Davis got the layup, and it was very impressive ball movement. As I pointed out at the time, I said it was very nifty ball movement. So I don't use nifty very often. So
as it was.
Well, congratulations to the Muskies. They have run their record now 17-1. That lone loss being to the Maysville Panthers, and that's just, I mean, there's a lot of teams that are going to lose to Maysville this year, and
yeah, Maysville's just that good, Dave.
They're pretty good, so we'll see how this tournament is going to play out for them. As Coach Scheck was saying, they got Riverview Tuesday, Morgan Friday, and then they've got Marietta and Warren the following week. The Electrics, they've got Riverview next Friday, and then they still have Sheridan and Morgan left to play the following week in the league game. So they still have 3 league games remaining in their season, as Philo now 9-10 on the season, 5-8 in the MVL Big School Division. That is pretty much going to wrap everything up here from John Glenn High School. A good basketball game tonight, and just glad it was played. I was a little worried earlier in the day with the snow falling. A lot of games did get canceled in the area. Some schools got canceled in the area, which that was kind of surprising.
It's all a timing thing with school, as you're well aware.
It is.
It was one of those days.
Well, and it's, you know, you got to be safe. You got to better safe than sorry when you're having to be the one that calls it. So. I will be back. Let's see, I got a couple games coming up next week. But again, as we were talking about the tournament, I'm looking forward to the tournament. We will be covering lots of tournament basketball at AVC, and I'm sure Dr. Hall and I will be together again for one of those upcoming, because we love doing tournament games. It's a fun time, and it's just a great time of year. So as we move through February, I mean, boy, it's like January came and went. Now here's February. Now the tournament draw is going to happen, and before you know it, we'll be playing high school tournament basketball.
Yeah, once the tournament trail starts, it's pretty rapid.
It gets going, and it's a lot of fun, and hopefully you'll be able to join us across our family of stations. We're on WILE 97.7 tonight. We also carry games on KC 105, on WBNV 93.5. We also do games on Nash Icon 98.5 and 107.9. And if we've got video, well, you can go back and watch any of those on YRPtv, our YouTube channel. If you want to go back and reminisce about Maysville's tournament run last year or the year before, you can do that. Those games are still there. So have at it. I like to watch one of those once in a while when I'm getting ready for a game too. So that's going to wrap everything up. I'm Dave Hilliard for Richard Hall, for our main man Dalton Gambita, and Mike Mitchell, cameraman extraordinaire tonight. We certainly appreciate everyone tuning in, listening on the radio, or watching our video broadcast. This has been High School Basketball, presented by AVC Sports.
You've been listening to High School Basketball on WILE Byesville, Cambridge. High School Basketball is a presentation of AVC Sports.